Less than 2 weeks ago, we had a heat warning in Calgary. This morning I woke up, it was 2 degrees. What the heck happened to summer? Hi, it's John and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring. And summer is getting short here in Calgary, Alberta, in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere and things are starting to warm up for you now, bookmark this video and watch it in about 6 months. I've been riding for a long time, and over the years I've got a little bit of knowledge when it comes to staying warm when I'm out riding. And if you're the same as I am and are a long-time rider, let me know how you keep warm in cool weather and put your comments below. But right now I'm going to give you some tips on what I do to stay warm as the temperature starts to dip. Now this all depends on your tolerance to the cold. I do not like being cold on my bike. I'd much rather be hot. And about 16 Celsius, 61 Fahrenheit, I start to feel too cool out there, particularly when you're out riding a bike and you've got the wind chill just from you moving forward. So I'm going to start at about 16 here, but you may be a little bit different. I see people out on really cold days wearing regular cycling jerseys and shorts, and I just couldn't do that. So let's start at around 16 Celsius, and we'll work our way down to the real cold temperatures, down into the -20s. Now, when I go out on a chilly day, a cool day, I'm generally wearing a regular cycling jersey, and underneath I've got some type of an undershirt. Now I bought this at a local sporting goods store. You might find these at your cycling shop. Don't necessarily have to buy cycling specific clothing for this, but this is a sleeveless undershirt, which I generally wear any time of the year because we have very cool mornings here in southern Alberta. So this is what I'm wearing up top. Now keep in mind, we're just wearing regular cycling shorts at this particular time when it gets cool. Then I'm putting on some arm warmers, and I'm putting on some leg warmers as well. Now the beauty of cool weather riding is, if it's cool when you go out and it warms up, you can easily stow these in your jersey pocket. So that's the beauty of that. You get off your bike and then you're just riding with bare skin after that. And I like to wear a pair of long fingered gloves to keep my hands warm. Now I may be going out on a cooler morning with this type of jacket on. Now this is a stowable nylon shell basically, but this helps break the wind and it's easily, again, stowable in the back of your jersey. So if you want to take it off, you can just stuff it back there. You might get a little bit stuffed in those jersey pockets, but you will keep cool if things start to warm up. And then I might be wearing something like this depending on how cool it gets. This probably when it gets down to the 5-degree mark because it can cover up my ears. But for the most part, you can put on like a cycling cap like this under your helmet and it's going to keep your head warm, particularly for people of us like myself who don't have a lot of hair. So this is basic cool weather riding gear for me, and I've been riding with this over the last week or so here in Calgary. Now let's get the temperature down, say 5 degrees down to -5, and then we'll get to the real cold stuff here on Cycling on a Shoestring. Now let's look at what you might wear on a day where the temperature might be 5 Celsius, maybe down as low as -5, and you're going to alter what you're wearing depending on where you are in that scale. So I'm starting off this time with a long sleeve cycling jersey. This one is fleece lined, so you're going to get some more heat out of it. The other one I had on, which was basically a Blackwell cycle jersey, was very airy and it was almost a mesh-like material to keep cool. But underneath I'm going to be wearing an undershirt once again, and again that's a sleeveless undershirt, and I've got a number of these that I wear on a regular basis. Now I'm going out with a different type of jacket, and I've got this jacket right here, which I like to wear on cooler days. This is made by Gore Bikewear. It's a Windstopper jacket, so it keeps that cold air off you. But the beauty of this one, very much like wearing cool weather gear, which I just showed you, this has removable sleeves on it. So you can take these off if you start to warm up. You remove these, and again, you stow them in the jersey or the jacket pocket, and you can keep yourself a little bit cooler. Love this jacket for days like that. Now moving along to what you're wearing below. Now at this point, I'm starting to wear a pair of tights. There are lots of different tights you can buy out there. I've had these for 20 years. I'm wearing a regular pair of cycling shorts under these. These are kind of woven, almost like wool, nice and warm, down to about -5. I might be wearing the same gloves I had in cool weather riding, but you might want to go something a little bit heavier because your hands, you don't want them to get cold. And at this point, I'm starting to think about my feet. Now, these are shoe covers, waterproof shoe covers at that, because you don't want your feet to get wet. You may get out there, it may have rained the day before, there are puddles. So something like this are going to keep your feet warm. So start thinking about keeping your feet warm once you get to around 0, or maybe just a little bit above that. Now, I'm going out trying to keep my head warm, so I'm wearing something like this. Again, you can kind of cover over your ears with this one, but then you can put something like this on when you get dipping down to -5. I've done a review of this here on my channel, but this covers right over your ears so you can keep your head warm. Now we're going to start to get real cold out there, below -5, even into the -20s. So let's take a look at that right now. Riding in those previous temperatures, child's play. It's starting to get cold now. We're talking -5 into the -20s, and depending on where you are on that scale will determine how much you're going to wear, how many different layers you're going to wear. And this is a process. When you go out riding in the wintertime, it takes time to get all this gear on and to take it off. So let's start off with the cycling jersey I had on the previous segment. Again, fleece lined, and I've got the undershirt. Now, when you're riding in really cold weather, very important to keep moisture off you. Now, even on really cold days, you are going to sweat. And if you get sweaty and it's next to your skin, you get off your bike, you're still outside, you're going to freeze real fast. So keep that in mind. Up next, I have a merino wool long sleeve shirt. I got this at a sporting goods store. Picked something like this up, not really thick, but again, it provides that extra heat. It's made out of wool, which is great in cold weather. Up next, if it starts to get really cold, I'm starting to wear this. And I've had this jacket jersey for 20 to 25 years now, and I've been wearing this forever. Fleece lined, another layer I can wear or not wear depending on how cold it is outside. Now, here's the jacket that I've been wearing over the last year. I did a review of this on my channel last year. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, pro tip here for you if you're riding in the cold, if you're buying a jacket, buy something a little bit bigger, maybe a size larger, because you're layering all this clothing underneath. If you buy something that's too form-fitting, you're going to feel really bulked up, look like the Michelin Man when you fit all the clothing underneath. So a little bit larger is good when you're buying a cold weather jacket. This will keep the wind out. It's, you know, to get that wind chill out there, which is a real issue when you're riding. It's got thick fleece in it as well. Not waterproof, but it is water resistant. You may be out riding in the wintertime. You may get some spray off your back wheel, slush and things like that. So this will keep you from getting wet. Now, what am I wearing on my legs? On real cold days, something like this I'm going to put on first. I've got a pair of merino wool leggings here. You can wear some tights underneath because I'm wearing something else on those real cold days as well, and I'm putting these on. Cycling pants, running pants you can use as well. It doesn't have to be cycling specific, just something that's going to keep you warm. Again, it's going to keep the wind out. Thicker with lots of fleece on the inside, and these actually have Velcro on the bottom, which is great on those days when it is maybe a little sloppy or you might get snow. You don't want that to get into your shoes, so Velcro around the ankles can be helpful as well. Now, as far as gloves go, you're now into winter type gloves. These are great gloves right here. I've reviewed these as well on my channel. You don't have to wear cycling specific gloves. Cross-country ski gloves are terrific. Just get something that you can use your brakes and your gears as well. Something that's not going to slip because some gloves can be a little bit slippery. Now, as far as wearing something under my helmet, you've got something like this, which goes over your ears, fits nicely under your helmet. I have this that I don't wear a lot because it is a little bit thicker, but it is really warm. This is made out of wool. And it is an incredibly warm hat to wear underneath your helmet if you can squeeze it in there, but it goes right over your ears on very chilly days. And when it gets to the extreme, this is from Rock Brothers. I've reviewed this here on my channel as well. It was very cold, -26 when I wore this. This is a balaclava. So this has actually got the part that comes down around your neck over your shoulders, and all you can see out is that one section through there, but that's going to keep you really warm on an extra cold day. Now, you have to think about your feet as well. I reviewed these socks. These are really good cold weather socks. These are from a company called Darn Tough. And they're very long, as you can see, so you can pull them up almost to your knee, so you're going to get even more warmth on your legs and for your shins. And again, you might get some spray up there, and over time you get snow and slush on your leg. They're going to get chilly. These are going to keep you really, really warm. And then I'm wearing these shoes from Shimano. Winter shoes, Gore-Tex, going to keep the snow and ice out of your shoe. You've got the cleats on the bottom for clipless pedals as well, but this is going to really help you. You might want to buy a size larger, which I did in these. I generally wear 46 in a European size. These are 47, so I can fit thicker socks on the inside. So think about that as well. So all of this stuff, when you're going out riding on a cold day, and again, layer it depending on how cold it gets out there. Anything more extreme, and you're wearing a parka, and you're wearing ski pants, and it can be rather cumbersome riding with that kind of stuff on when you're out in the middle of winter time, depending on where you are. So here you go. This is what you wear on those really cold weather days. I hope this was a helpful video to you. Get out there riding no matter what. Sometimes it can be a lot of fun out there when it gets really chilly and you feel like a warrior riding in the extreme cold. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time on Cycling on a Shoestring.